Hi, welcome again to Phoenix English. I'm Umit. Today's lesson is about inversion. Now, what does inversion mean? Inversion is when you change the order of something, right? So we are looking at grammar. Usually, in a sentence, a subject comes first and then a verb. Today we are going to look at situations where that is reversed. Now, of course, I'm sure that you know that in questions, are you sure? The verb comes before the subject in all questions. That's what makes a question structure a question structure. However, there are other situations where we have this inversion, but we're looking at a sentence. We are not looking at a question. Now, the thing to understand about inversions is that they are very particular. There are only a few expressions that you're gonna use inversion with. You can't put them in just any sentence that you want. The examples that I will write are the ones that you might read or that you might want to write. There are other situations that you use this, but unless you're writing poetry or artistic, creative novels, you don't need them and you don't really need to worry about them either. They're very rare. It's very rare you'll see them. It's very, very formal language style. And you'll recognize them hopefully when you do see them. So let's start here. When we have not only, generally speaking, when we have a sentence that begins with a negative, we are going to have inversion. But especially when you have not only, you're going to have inversion. Okay? Not only did he. So there's your verb, there's your subject, there's your verb. Okay? We have the helping verb, the auxiliary verb to start. Not only did he win, and then we have the but also to go with not only. This is like an expression that's fixed. You're always going to be looking at the same thing. Not only did he win, but he also broke the record. Whatever. Not only inversion, but also. Under no circumstances. This is another expression that you'll see regularly. And again, we are looking at the negative construction, which is why we are looking at the inversion. Under no circumstances should you call her. Call him. Okay? Whatever you do, don't call. Under no circumstances. Circumstances, basically situation. In no situation should you call. In no situation, same idea. Okay? Another negative, nor. What is nor? Is the negative of or. Okay? Or nor. Again, many people don't use this word anymore. It's a little bit old-fashioned, a little bit high formality level. But the mayor of Toronto refused to resign, nor do we expect him to. Okay, so after nor, we still have the inversion. Verb, subject, verb, verb, subject. Okay? Next. So these are the three negatives. These two are also very similar. Again, very formal style, but you might see it. You might want to use it in your essays or whatever. Should you need any help, don't hesitate to call. What does this mean? Should you need, if you need. Should is just a more formal way to say if. If you need any help, don't hesitate to call. Should you need any help, don't hesitate to call. Now this is a verb, subject, verb. If we use if, then there is no issue. Then you have if, which is a conjunction. Adverb, clause, conjunction, subject, verb. Should makes it verb, subject, verb. Had is the same thing with the if, but a different structure of the conditional, a different if structure. Had I known you were coming, I would have changed. If I had known. If I had known you were coming. Had I known. It's basically you're making the sentence a little bit shorter, a little bit more formal. You're starting with a verb, a subject, and another verb. Okay? Past perfect, of course. So these are the conditionals. These are the no's. Now we have the comparatives. When you're comparing something, when you're comparing an action, so you're using the clause marker as, not a preposition like. So, John speaks Chinese, as does Lucy. Okay? Lucy is actually the subject. Here is the verb, here is the subject. Now, I could put a period and put a new sentence. So does Lucy. Same idea. Lucy does as well, if I want a subject-verb order. But when you start with as, you're going to invert the order. This is a clause marker, adverb clause marker to compare. More important than love is money. Now you're thinking, well, isn't love the subject? No, money is the subject. Money is more important than love. But again, style. You want to have it a little bit different. Different structure to impress the reader. To make it a little bit different, you start with a comparative, and then the verb, and then the subject. Okay? Because then love, this is an object in this situation. Then we have a few expressions. Here comes Jane. Now, here is not a subject, right? It's an adverb in this situation. Jane comes here sounds a little strange, doesn't it? That's why we invert everything to make it a little bit more natural. Here comes Jane. Here comes Jane. Then we have some expressions. Now it looks like a question, but we make it look like a question to give it more emphasis, to give it more strength. Man, is it cold out? I'm not asking you, is it cold out? No, I know it's cold out. I'm telling you it's cold out, and I'm telling you very strongly. Is it cold out? Man, am I hungry? It means I'm really hungry, but making it very strong. We are making a point of emphasizing, which is why we invert the subject and the verb. Okay? And of course, you have your question. Are you sure? Are you happy? Did he come? Did he see that? Whatever the situation is. So, there you have it. Inversion. It's not complicated. You have to just remember the particular structures that use inversion. When you see it, you'll understand what's going on. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we will see you again soon.